What if the way you've been taught to learn is actually making you less intelligent? Not slower, not less informed, actually less capable of thinking. Most people believe intelligence is about how much you know. Read more books, take more courses, consume more content, stack information like building blocks until you're unstoppable. But neuroscience and history reveal something unsettling. The human brain doesn't work like a hard drive, and the people we call geniuses never learned that way. In this video, you'll discover why your learning strategy might be sabotaging the one thing that makes you irreplaceable, and you'll walk away with a system that changes everything. For decades, education sold us a lie. Intelligence equals information. The more you absorb, the smarter you become. Memorize formulas, store facts, collect credentials. But here's the problem. Information has a half-life. What you learned 5 years ago is outdated. What you learn today will be obsolete tomorrow. AI can access infinite information instantly. You cannot compete on volume. You cannot win by knowing more. So what actually makes someone intelligent in a world where knowledge is free and instant? The answer is pattern recognition across chaos. Intelligence isn't storage, it's synthesis. It's seeing connections where others see randomness. It's applying old knowledge to brand new problems. And it's completely trainable. But most people never develop it because they're stuck in consumption mode. Watching, reading, listening, never building the cognitive infrastructure that turns information into insight. Let me show you what I mean. Steve Jobs didn't invent the smartphone because he knew more than Nokia engineers. He recognized a pattern. Human behavior was shifting toward simplicity. Technology was moving toward integration. He connected those dots before anyone else did. Jeff Bezos didn't dominate retail through better product knowledge. He saw a pattern between distribution speed, data networks, and consumer impatience. Charlie Munger became one of the greatest investors alive, not by studying more companies. He built what he called a lattice work of mental models, frameworks from biology, physics, psychology, and history that let him see what others missed. They weren't just smart, they were structurally different thinkers. And that structure can be replicated. Here's how you build it. 1. Stop learning linearly. Your brain is not a filing cabinet. It's a web. Linear learning treats knowledge like a checklist. Finish chapter 1, move to chapter 2. Complete the course, move to the next one. This creates isolated islands of information with no bridges between them. Elite learners do something different. They learn in spirals. They revisit the same idea from different angles. They force unlikely comparisons. They deliberately create cognitive collisions. Practical method. Every time you learn something new, ask 3 questions. What does this remind me of? What's the opposite of this? Where else could this apply? This trains your brain to connect, not just collect. 2. Build a thinking toolkit, not a knowledge library. Facts expire. Principles compound. Most people accumulate information. Smart people curate mental models. A mental model is a compressed truth about how something works. Economics gives you incentives. Biology gives you adaptation. Physics gives you leverage. Psychology gives you bias. When you collect enough models, You stop needing new information for every new problem. You start recognizing which old pattern fits the new situation. Weekly practice. Pick one concept from a field you know nothing about. Distill it into one sentence. Then apply it to a real problem you're facing this week. Your brain will start building cross-domain muscle memory. 3. Increase your cognitive load intentionally. Comfort kills intelligence. If learning feels easy, you're not learning. You're reviewing. Real intelligence grows at the edge of confusion. When your brain struggles to reconcile conflicting ideas. When you're forced to explain complex concepts simply. When you solve problems without a template. This is called desirable difficulty. It feels terrible, but it's the only way your brain rewires itself. Richard Feynman used a brutal method. He would take the hardest concept in physics and try to explain it to a child. If he couldn't, he didn't understand it. This forces your brain into active reconstruction, and reconstruction is where intelligence actually forms. 4. Test yourself in public. Private learning is safe. Public learning is exponential. Write what you're learning. Teach it to someone. Debate it. Defend it. Get it wrong. When you expose your thinking to resistance, you discover gaps you didn't know existed. You refine arguments. You strengthen weak connections. You iterate faster than you ever could alone. The smartest people I know all do this. They don't wait until they're experts. They learn out loud. They build their intelligence in public, and they grow faster because of it. But here's what most people miss. Intelligence without direction is just noise. You can be brilliant and completely ineffective. The final piece is this. You need a feedback system that matters. Not grades, not likes. Real consequences, real problems, real stakes. Because intelligence only sharpens under pressure. Theory without application is entertainment. You need skin in the game. Start small. Pick one area where you have something to lose. A project, a business, a creative pursuit. Then apply everything you're learning there. Watch what works. Notice what breaks. Adjust. Repeat. This is how intelligence becomes operational. This is how you stop being someone who knows things and become someone who can actually do things that matter. The gap between you and the future is not information. You have access to everything. The gap is structure. It's how your brain organizes, connects, and deploys what it knows. AI will keep getting better at tasks, but it can't replicate the messy, intuitive, cross-pollinated thinking that happens when a trained human mind attacks a novel problem. That's your edge. Not what you know, how you think. So here's your move. Stop binging content. Start building structure. Learn in spirals. Collect models, not facts. Embrace confusion. Test in public. Apply under pressure. Because in 5 years, nobody will care how many books you read or courses you finished. They'll care whether you can see patterns, connect dots, and solve problems nobody's seen before. And if you're serious about building that system, about becoming the type of thinker that stays valuable no matter what changes, you need to see what almost everyone gets wrong about focus. Because intelligence without the right attention strategy is like having a Ferrari with no steering wheel. That's exactly what we're covering next.